Hey, what's up, everybody? Huge friggin' market crash. I was not expecting us to pull back down that low. We're gonna go over some on-chain analysis and some technical analysis and things like that. I'm just gonna share this in the Discord. A lot of people are going nuts right now. I mean, the most of the market is in drawdown. Um, just gonna get this ready. If you're new to crypto, you just started trading crypto in 2021, 2020, welcome to crypto. Like that, this is what happens, and it's just nuts. 53%, and it doesn't feel like it's just gonna stop. It just keeps fucking going and going and going. Let me get this link in the Discord, and then we're good to go. Okay, perfect. So in our video yesterday, we did live trading on Binance. A lot of those orders hit. Um, and hopefully, the market sees a huge bounce, like a relief bounce, at least from here, and we can just move on from there. Also, we have our giveaway, $1,000. If you are just watching this, you can just comment your favorite coin and subscribe and win up to $250. 4 people are going to win, and the other half of the giveaway is on Twitter. So let's get right into it. First of all, the whole crypto total market cap pulled back, I think about $1 trillion in the last week. 53% of the market, a huge pullback. We've seen that in bull markets. So I mean, it is worrisome, just watching it happen, and the emotions you get, they're just going through your mind. You don't want to make any bad emotional trades. You don't want to panic. So to be honest, we're still holding this uptrend in a sense where on the daily we're testing the 200 EMA on the total crypto market cap. We've recovered a lot, to be honest, from this huge friggin' nasty pullback, at least 27%. I'm expecting some sort of bounce. You can see on the weekly as well, where we haven't even tested these moving averages. So the moving averages on the daily are holding, on the weekly they're holding, and we're kind of just testing. I had this huge ascending triangle here. We broke out, hit the targets, and now we're pulling back, a nastier pullback than would have expected. So let's look at some on-chain analysis. Markets work in a way where not everybody can keep winning, and we saw where people were making millions of dollars off dog tokens, off going apes in coins, and just hitting it hard on these coins, and the market humbles people. And this is what happens. 90% of people retain their market or win money, don't win money or don't retain their money in a market, trading a market. Only 10% of those people will win. So 90% of people end up losers. You see $8.3 billion liquidated in one friggin' day, 24 hours. I think the highest was $10 billion right here. And then we actually bounced back. So $8 billion is still a lot, and we have the potential to bounce back. Let's look at some on-chain analysis. This was Elon Musk's tweet right here after he said that Tesla's going to stop accepting Bitcoin. He said that Tesla's going to stop accepting Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin itself has energy issues. And, he just kind of went a full 180 on his views. You can see the exchange inflows after his tweet. So you can see people sending Bitcoin to exchanges to sell. This is from Woonomic. This is from Mooble.com. So you can see that exchange inflows. So the amount of crypto, Bitcoin, is moving into exchanges kind of after his tweet, and the price has definitely decreased since his tweet. You can see the coins held by whales are actually moving down. So whales are selling their position, and these are people with 1,000+ Bitcoin. So after holding Bitcoin maybe for years, or early institutions or adopters are coming in and they've seen profits, they're going to sell down and make sure they get out. Or, if they got fudded out, or if they had fear, or whatever it may be, like 40-50% pullbacks are huge. So not a lot of institutions will want to ride that out. You'll see them, they're starting to sell. The price is coming down. The amount of Bitcoin held by whales is coming down. So they're selling. You can see also that the age coin dormancy, this is the time of length, like they're holding these coins. And these coins that are being sold are fairly new. So that's why we're, assuming that it is like high net worth individuals that just entered, and/or institutions that have just bought and they're selling and pushing the price down. So long-term holders are actually buying. And then this floor model is from Willy Woo as well. That this actually broke its floor model. The price broke through the floor. And as he stated, that's never happened in a bull run. That happened actually in the start of a 2014 and 2018 bear run. So that is a little bit concerning, to be honest. And I saw this yesterday, and then we smashed even lower today, 40-50%. So I didn't think pulling the trigger, on the dump yesterday. I thought we would bounce, and now I'm thinking we're going to bounce again. And we haven't been this low since March. What is it, 9th or 8th, 2019. I'm going to pull that up on the chart. So this is SOPR, the spend output profit ratio, where it shows, are people profitable in the market, and it's almost balanced back to zero. And I believe that this is actually in a loss. And I'm going to show you in this tweet here. And the Bitcoin, the blockchain and the users and the net growth is still growing while the price is coming down. So you can see, like in January 2018, how it just substantially dropped after at some point. We're actually still moving up in users, and this could still break up to the upside. Medium term, like it's not looking the best for Bitcoin. It might take some time to grow out of this consolidation or this dip. I'm not expecting a huge bounce and like break all-time high in the next day or two. It might take a little bit of time. And then this is from Yan. I believe he is a co-founder at Glassnode. And he says, soon panic sellers will run out of profitable coins to sell, at which point downward pressure will disappear. And you can see the total supply held by short-term holders. So at we are expecting a bounce. So if we look at the charts, Joseph Wang, this is wild. I know it is. Like Ethereum bounced off. Ethereum came a lot lower than I expected, and it's sitting at 2,500 right now. But Ethereum in bull markets has pulled back like 60%. We've moved 50x on Ethereum, so it's like normal for this to happen. And you can see as well that we are just almost bounced off the daily 200 EMA. It was a deep pullback. But if you look at market structure, like this could have been a lower high, higher low, but like if this recovers to about here or here very quickly in the day or whatever, this is, if you're looking at higher time frames, we're still holding the market structure. You know what I mean? If we go, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. You know what I mean? It just so happened to be a large friggin' pullback. So Bitcoin's already at 36K. It's bouncing back very quickly. I wanted to see it get back over the 200 EMA. Let's see if in a bull run we've broken down. No, you see, so we haven't broken under the 200 EMA in a bull run in 2017 and 2013. We may have here. And like people are saying, I mean, it's looking more like of a bull run in 2013 than it did in 2017. So yeah, we did actually break below the 200 EMA like we have here, and still actually move to make higher highs and continue a few 100% multiple X. So I mean, it's hard to say from here, but I wouldn't be selling. Like, look at how low the RSI is. It is super oversold at 22. And like, let's look historically when that's the last time that's happened. I mean, right here and right here. We can get out of that. I screwed that up. So the last time that was this low was the March, I believe the COVID crash right here. And we dropped like insane amounts too, about 63% from the top, and we recovered very quickly. I mean, those market conditions are just wild. And then the last time we were down there was actually the bottom of 2018 bear market. So I mean, we are very, 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 very oversold, and we can still see max pain. Like, we can still see some droppage. Do you feel like we are in a bear? Have you felt something like this before in your time of trading? Yeah, honestly, the other time I felt like this, like seeing my portfolio almost 50% as a trader, the other time, was actually this drop right here in COVID. And like, that's where Bitcoin, like, for me, got really tested when Corona, you know everybody was going crazy, and we had this March crash. This was the largest crash since like 1983. This was Black Thursday, March 2020, March 12th. And like, I was thinking, holy shit, like Bitcoin, like, because you have to understand, like, I'm going a little bit back in history, like, look at this. And I study like technical analysis. So this is a clear like market structure, right? So we're going lower low, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. We broke that market structure. We broke this market structure right here, and then we started putting higher high, higher low, higher high. We had the golden cross on the daily, higher high. And I thought that, and then the halving happened as well. So I thought Bitcoin was on this bull run, and then that Corona news happened, and like the economy was like, crashing and things, like everybody was going on lockdown, and Bitcoin crashed, and it dropped about 40 or 50% that day as well. So if I take a look at it, it dropped. Bitcoin dropped 40, about 50% that day as well. And I thought, holy shit, Bitcoin's going to keep dropping. It's going to keep going. And I thought Bitcoin was going to go to like 1,500 or to 1,000, or I thought Bitcoin was done for it, to be honest. And then we recovered into this huge bull run. So I was not expecting that drop. And like, to be honest, I was not expecting this large of a pullback either. And such, I think that we're going to have to like work it, consolidate in this, unless we have a huge buying power step in. Like, this, I think, was definitely manipulated with like, Elon and a bunch of whales, or whoever it may be, whatever happened, but definitely pushing the Bitcoin price as far down as possible. All the on-chain analysis and other metrics were very bullish, but everybody was making crazy money. Like putting $200 in SafeMoon and making 22 mil, or like, Dogecoin doing 3, 4, 5,000 X. Like, the market needs to humble people. Not everybody's going to walk away a winner. And that's why it's very important to take your wins. Like, when you feel euphoric, you take your wins. So let's go back to the possibilities. After such a long drop, regardless which way the market goes, up or down, you have like higher lows and higher highs set, or lower lows and lower highs set. So this would be a lower low because we couldn't break over this. So let's say right here we have the lower low, lower high, we have the huge lower low, and we might have a potential lower high here. So this is where we want to break this point. Well, necessarily we'd want to break this point for the bull market to continue. If we don't break this point, then we could expect to get rejected, and come back down here. So if you're looking to sell or get out of your positions, you would want to be doing it at these lower high points, like on the bounce. And you can see that we're already bouncing on Bitcoin. So for those who are over leveraged and want to slowly get out, what's the target zone for BTC before you start pulling out? So let's take a look at that. So I'll show you an example of what we would be doing. And I would be taking my Fibonacci. So let's take it from the top here to here, and you can see we got rejected at the 61.8 zone. So that would have been a nice short. This may be right here, this candle right here, or maybe on the break of the EMA. You could have taken a short because we got, clearly we got rejected from here and we didn't retest the high. So now we're doing that from point A, so the highest point to the lowest point. So if we move it to this from here, from this lower high to this lower low, and if we're looking at the 61.8, these are the two areas I'm looking at right here. And this one kind of makes more sense to me because this one right here on the 61.8, and if we can get that like right there, because this was the lower low point, and usually we can like test this as resistance. So this whole area right here, so that would be like the 48K region. And thinking about it now, like we may have a struggle to break 50K again. We were holding that 50K region so nicely. Like look at how nice we held 50K about right here. We were holding 50K very nicely, like support, and then we broke under 50K. So, and there's those psychological numbers like 10K, 20K, 50K, 100K. We will like have a struggle, in my opinion, to break 50K. Best case scenario is we do a huge V bounce. So we do something like this. And do a huge V recovery, and that's seen in like what happened in March 2020, the COVID crash. We did a huge V recovery and then 20x from there. But we're gonna have to see a lot of new fresh buyers step in, because a lot of these current market participants, people who came in 2021 and 2020, are actually in water right now, and 70% of them are actually at a loss, just showing with on-chain analysis. So a lot of people are rushing to sell their positions and like try to mitigate risk or take profit before they think the market's going to completely crash, or before we go into a bull run. Can you share your game plan and what you plan to do? Yeah, so with my portfolio, I mean, it's a little bit different for me because, like I said, a lot of people may have came in 2020, 2021. I've been building my portfolio since 2017. So I can pull out, I'm going to see how the bounce happens, like how we interact with the 50K or the 61.8 fib here. I'm expecting a bounce to the upside just because of how, quick and like deep we've pulled back. Looking at the RSI and a few other things, like even looking at the BTC DOM, I think this may have I always have trouble finding, market BTC.D. So, it's already started. I've been sharing this, where I think that you see how far the dominance of Bitcoin dropped, and you see the RSI here as well. The last time it dropped was this low, and we actually tested that low. So I thought Bitcoin was going to regain its dominance. I'm expecting a pushback on this. I'm expecting a pushback on Bitcoin itself, and both charts are like very oversold and looking really bad. So a relief bounce, maybe something into here. I personally am gonna sell maybe 10 or 20%, 25 at max if we can get a bounce into the 48, 49, 50K region, and then I'll sell and take some off the table. But somebody who might have 100% of, and they're not in profits, you know what I mean? So somebody who may have put 50 or 100K, and somebody who might have put 50 or 100 or $1 million, and they're just looking to pull out, it wouldn't be a bad idea to do so, and then like wait for the confirmation or wait for more time. But if you're a long time Bitcoin holder and you dollar cost average, like you can go to our website and read up about dollar cost averaging and look at all the statistics on, you would outbeat the market if you just bought every month $500, $1,000 Ethereum or Bitcoin. You would outperform most people, to be honest, in that sense. So it just depends on your situation. It depends on like when you bought, how much you bought, and where you're at, to be honest, to know where to kind of assess your situation like that. So do you feel like the altcoin cycle is now negated? I think that with Bitcoin, this, when Bitcoin actually drops this low, all of the alts kind of follow. People's stop losses get triggered just naturally, because it's like if they have their stop losses in BTC or whatever it may be, when Bitcoin fluctuates like that, a lot of stop losses get triggered, and then all of those coins get converted back into Bitcoin. So I think that if Bitcoin recovers very quickly from here, a lot of alts will recover as well with it, but not as quickly in the Bitcoin value, if that makes sense, because Bitcoin will recover 20, 30, 40%, hopefully, and the alts will have to recover just as quickly. So the BTC pairing may not be the best unless that alt is just overperforming, but I don't think USD value, if you're just putting in 10 grand or 20 grand, I think some of the alts will recover as well. I think a lot of the alts will recover with the relief bounce. Like a lot of the alts have crashed as well. So if I just pull up my Binance, I know a lot of the trades that we got into yesterday hit on our Binance live video. So if I just look at some of these coins, like 88 was really running up, and it had its bounce. So if you were like ready to buy this, so like we bought this dip, and because we had our fibs ready, and we had our pullback, and we had our buy order ready, it almost tested this area. So if that's the thing, like if you just buy market buy, you might be in a loss. But if you always put like limit orders and you catch those limit orders, then you're in a different scenario. I know a few of the coins we bought yesterday, like Poly, for example. I had a limit buy right here, and that's in the video yesterday. I wanted it to test this area, and this was a huge run up. So I don't buy this. I don't buy. Like if I looked at Poly today and I saw it running up, I would wait. So don't chase, wait for the retrace. So I pull up my fibs. The fibs on here are ugly, but I pull out my fibs. I look for a great spot as well. This is probably on a price reversal zone. Let me just pull it up on here. So a lot of our orders got hit, and that was my zone right here on the weekly. But with the large market pullback, like as a experienced trader, like I've been trading for 5 years now, it still makes me feel like I'm still fucked. Like it's just screwed up today, to be honest. Like my portfolio's taken a hit. Everybody's portfolio's taken a hit. I'm down on some Bybit trades. But like you can see this downtrend right here get broken up to the upside, and now hopefully can hold this level of support here and continue to the upside for 100% on Poly. So if we look at Bitcoin and Ethereum to dip any lower, I think that like this dip right here was definitely like as comfortably as low as I wanted to go. Like I'm looking for the next bounce for probably in this region right here. And then I'll look at maybe how low it could go. But, you know, let me do 3 days. You know, I'm going to put a line here. This is like the middle for me. Right here. That's like perfect. Like, yeah, 51K. I would say anywhere from... That's where I wanted. This is where I wanted to like break above. On the... Okay, so for Bitcoin, like if it breaks this right here, honestly, if Bitcoin breaks, I'm going to take the fib from this to here. It's almost, from its last pullback, it's almost retraced 100%. Anything under this, so anything under the, like this area right here, I would like get a little bit worried, to be honest. If it breaks 28K from its last low, and on the higher time frame, like this was a market structure break, but on higher time frames, this could look like, you know, our first pullback, like on the monthly. This could look like our first large pullback. So 28K would be definitely the stop line for me. I would want to like see it like bounce off here, or just dip and break, or just wick. Like we almost wicked under this area, but so 28.8K I would say is our very strong support, because that's where we held last time. And I would be worried if we did break that. I would be worried if we broke 28.6K, and I wasn't even expecting us to fall this quick. Like the lowest price was 30,066. So if we broke that, I would be worried, and I would be looking to potentially just tether. Like this structure, I just thought literally, because we've been up in this area for a long time, we would have broke to the upside, but with all the like FUD and panic selling, we broke down. So for Ethereum as well, like Ethereum, you have to consider that we're about 50x from the bottom to the top. So a large market pullback, you know, is not crazy for Ethereum. Ethereum bounced on its support like very nicely, to be honest. Yeah, I'll use that. That's a nice place. Ethereum bounced on its support, so it's like that's why if you have these like buy orders set up here, you know what I mean, where however you want to set them up, you can. And this was a scam wick on Kraken. This was a scam wick on Kraken, but however you want to set your, so if you like put your buy order on Bybit to trade this, you would instantly be in profit. Like these, like you'd be happy. And this is how some people trade. Like they just wait till the market has these major pullbacks and then they get into them. I'm actually underwater on my ETH and Bitcoin short, probably like a few $1,000s or something like that. Like you can't win all of them, right? I just didn't think it was going to dip that low, so I had some buy orders. Like I tried to catch the knives, to be honest, and didn't work out for me, but it's all right because, you know, I've been winning for the last year, and these one-day losses, you just have to make sure you survive them and you didn't panic sell. Like imagine you panic sold right here, you'd probably be hating yourself right now, because from the top, from the bottom, actually, we've already, you know, jumped 32%. And a lot of these alts, like if you had buy orders on some of these alts, they probably would have been as profitable as well. I'm just checking XRP because I know it's very volatile. Yeah, you see, it broke it like wow, 46% from the 88 bottom, and it held this support very friggin' nicely. It tested the prior all-time high. Like you see, like if you just had bids. So I was talking to I think Joseph and or somebody else, and they said that their 88 buys wouldn't get hit, you know, at some certain level, and it's like it triggered all of them, and a lot lower. So sometimes you just have to be very, 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 very patient. And like we did Binance live videos where we go over the like altcoins and take live trades, and some of them haven't hit for friggin' weeks, and they just all hit as of today. Maybe I regret getting into some of them. I'll have to take a look at each one of them, but all of my orders are pretty much in, and I'm ready to rock. If the market recovers tomorrow, my Binance account's going to be looking nice. So like this trade as well. This is XLM. I've been waiting to buy here for weeks. Well, not weeks to be honest, but you know, it felt like weeks. It blew up without me, and now I'm in XLM. I could have got the best entry at 872 sats. Just you should never rush in a market, and you never like, you know, just look at how far we've pulled back. It's very important to always take profits. And I have a lot of friends who made money on dog coins and meme coins, and they're going to hold 100x. And I'm like, just take profits, just take profits, just take profits. So that would be the lowest point for Ethereum or a Bitcoin, 28K. We're at 35 now. We've had like a small bounce off the weekly 50 moving day average as well. Say the moving average as well. So that's great for Ethereum. We like dipped pretty hard. We held this zone. This would be the next one that I would be looking for. And then ultimately like $1,000 if we broke, and that's such a huge retrace from the top. Just thinking about it, testing $1,000, 76%. Like you don't want to hold an asset that's fell 76% and fall or sell and only get 25%. So for Ethereum as well, I'm looking for a bounce. We held this area very nicely, the daily 200 EMA. So I will take the fibs and we'll see. That would be a good area to potentially break even or sell, depending on your like entry. You want to know, like if you bought Ethereum at 4,300 and you're a long-term holder, that's a whole different story. But if you're just trying to get in and out, this may be the retest area, 3,400, and like maybe that's where you take out your profits or you exit the market. And it's never a bad idea to like take profits if you're all in crypto, but don't like panic sell and do anything emotionally that you'll regret in the next day or two after seeing it up 20, 30, 40%. Because the like, what is it, coin market cap, like at one point you see Binance coin, like look at even in the 7-day percentage, like a lot of these coins are down 40%, 23%, 31%. As my friend Warren Buffett says, buy when people are fearful and buy and what does he say? Don't be greedy when people are fearful, and be greedy when people are fearful. I'm butchering that right now. I can't even think, to be honest. But like a lot of my friends are messaging me, should I buy Ethereum? Should I buy BNB when this is flipped, when they're up 25, 35, 45%? So like nobody messages me. I mean, people are messaging to buy, but I'm just saying like it should be on the flip side. These are great buying opportunities if you believe in the tech, if you want to make a quick money on like on bounce, on a relief bounce or a V recovery, whatever it may be. Like these are not bad buying prices, like 35% on Litecoin, 35% down on Uni, Chainlink. The Link Marines probably buying this up right now. It's nuts to see how far we've really pushed and flushed down. So that's an area I would be looking to sell some ETH potentially if I wanted to sell some ETH BTC chart. hit my target perfectly. That was like where I wanted it to pull back. Couldn't sell that quick because there's so many pullbacks on every coin that you just have to do what you can in those seconds or in those minutes. Be greedy when others are fearful, and fearful when others are greedy. Something that's exactly it. Yeah, my mind's all over the place. So with Ethereum Binance, I'm still expecting, what the hell is that? I'm still expecting this actually to move up. And that's why buy orders are awesome. They get you in while the market's like doing crazy, like nuts pullbacks. So ETH BTC is looking good. Just want to take a look at that quickly. Those would be my next support areas. So if you want to find like awesome support and resistance, you go on the weekly. If there's enough data, like if we're just looking at that, we're not going to get much data, right? But if there's enough data, you can go on the line chart and then you could like match see there's a resistance here and support. So this is actually used as support and resistance, change of polarity. So this is like where price can gravitate to, and you can break it down like into smaller days, like 3 days. So you can see this line actually right here is a better on the 3-day line, and you can probably and then when you change it to candles, a lot of these lines will get wicked. So like maybe this has wicked this line, maybe this has wicked it, and you can see, for example, you see right here, almost this one did wick it, and then this wicked it perfectly. This line, both sides. So like we bounced off the support perfectly on the like 1920. We bounced off this higher high right here. And Ethereum's actually still holding its market structure on the upside. So this is like expected. The pullback was a lot larger though than usual on its moves. Like on a bullish move, we'd want to see something like 23 or 38% like of a retracement, and then it keep going. But we actually got a full 78.6, actually using the fib from this lower high. So taking it from this low point, from its rally, take it from this low point to its high. This is actually this was a perfect buying opportunity. And I should have been doing my analysis on the weekly. I'm actually long. I think like I said, I show a lot of my winners, and like I've been winning all year. So showing some drawdown on some losers, it's cool. I don't really, it is what it is. This is looking like an awesome 4-hour candle right here. And if we can get a bounce to that 3100, 34 range, I'll actually be taking profits on both my trades. So like this is the most drawdown I've seen on some of my trades, but like it's a freak day. 40 minus 40, 50%, it is what it is. And I've made tenfold, on these accounts. So in both currencies. So it is what it is. So if like somebody who is in a trade that's this slow, after it gets above water, I'd put a break even stop, and then I'd have a take profit stop. So that's my plan. And I didn't panic sell. Like these were way lower, and I tried to catch a knife, which wasn't smart. I didn't do my analysis because now looking at it, if you're looking at the ETH, like this was a solid buy, but did I think it was going to retrace from 4,300 to 1950? Like nobody did. Nobody called that. So like this was that was a sniper buy right here on this support, on this retracement. I if it breaks this, I'm out of all trades. If it breaks, you lost everything, Yosh official. Damn. I mean, the market gives you an opportunity every day, so you can make it back all tomorrow or all in the next year, or you could lose more, to be honest. So, markets are lovely. Ethereum, Yeah. So Nazmin, going back to your question, I like if it drops under 1920 again, if it actually like trades under there, I'd be worried. If it trades under like 1400, I might like I said, sell all my Ethereum. And it's not that I don't not believe in Ethereum, um, but like I'll buy it back when it's right, like when it's broken into an uptrend. I'm trying to preserve my USD and I'm trying to make as much Bitcoins as possible so Ethereum can leave the ship if need be. So these are the levels I'm watching. I'm hoping and I'm expecting some sort of bounce up to that 34, 31 region right here. And that's where I'll be taking profits on my longs. We bounced very nicely. So on MSR, like this is a buy. We've been long since $200. So if you bought, you've been long since $200. You made over almost 20x. And buying this is actually the first massive buying opportunity you got on the daily chart on Ethereum. This like what it was having cash on the side, and you have your buy orders here, and it touches the 200 EMA or gets close and testing another higher high. That's a huge buying opportunity, and it's already 20-30% up from this price. I bought a little bit higher, to be honest, and I'm gonna have to wait for Ethereum to for some buyers to step in, but this is the lowest RSI has been in a minute as well. From the last pullbacks, literally the last huge pullback from here, we bounced. Last one from here, we bounced, and this RSI has pulled back. We needed to humble. The last time this has been that low was in the basically the start of the bull run, and then March. So the market needed to humble people. Let's take a look at the total liquidations, about $8.4 billion. That's pretty much it. Just you know, don't do anything crazy. Don't do anything emotionally. Those were my low points on Ethereum. It's about 1411. I should have been watching the EMAs. Like there's hindsight's crazy because I could have done this, I could have did that, I could have captured so much more profits, but you're complacent in a bull market and you don't and you beat yourself up after. So there's a few things I'm watching. I might sell out on the cross on the 4 and 9 as well on the weekly, because I can sell out and buy back as soon as it crosses. Look where it crossed the 4 and 9 on the weekly, crossed right here. And a lot of hedge funds and high net worth of individuals use simple strategies and they stick to their strategies. So on the cross, you buy. The 4 and 9, let's get rid of that. On the 4 and 9 on the weekly, you buy. And then on the crossover, you sell. So it might if we go into a bear market after, I'm not saying we will, it might keep retracing. And then on the crossback, I'll buy again. Maybe I save a few percent. Maybe I don't. Maybe I save 10 or 15 or 20%. Maybe I lose a few and I get whipsawed, but I'm actually following a strategy. And I'm like, the strategy's been back tested. It works perfectly. Same with BTC, and I'm pretty sure they're crossed on Bitcoin. Yeah, so if I actually followed this strategy, I would have sold the Bitcoin at about, and let's take that price away, at about 53K. So that would have gave you a sell at about 53K. We're at 35K. So that it works magic. You know what I mean? But sometimes you're overly bullish and you don't follow your strategies. So myself, I should have sold at 53K. That would have been the weekly EMAs are turning bearish, the trends turning bearish, and sell. I also had multiple signals on the MSR to go short, but we're in a bull market. MSR is not working right now. But you can see on the weekly, we could have sold there. And so in this instance, it would have saved you about 34% of your portfolio, up to 44% if you took the sell, and then you're in cash. I'm gonna start taking entries and exits seriously now that I've lost so much. Yeah, I mean that's the best way to do it. When you pinpoint an entry and exit, you have advantage over market participants. Two, you have like a plan set in motion, because it's like if you know like you're getting in here, for example, and if it drops 2%, because you only want to lose 2%, let's say, so if it drops 2%, you have a stop, and maybe that's your target. So you always, when you have your entry, then you know exactly like, this is my entry, this is my stop, this is my take profit. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with the distribution. I forget the name too. It starts with the W, Wycloth or something. I need to definitely look into that. But just looking at the EMAs, to be honest. So yeah, I think that's working. The MSR, like MSR is showing a buy on the daily. Like this is a huge buy. I would still be buying this area. Like I am long, to be honest. And then on the 4 hour, we were also short. I'll see if that pulls up. So MSR gave me a short at 54K. On the 4 hour gave me a short. And then on the weekly, my EMAs gave me a short on the 53K, which, you know, sometimes you don't want to send those Bitcoins to exchanges. Like if you have more Bitcoins or whatever it may be, it's sometimes hard to just send them back and forth, and you don't want to leave all your Bitcoins on exchanges. That's why I really love Uniswap. I could friggin' trade Ethereum into USDT on decentralized exchange in a second. I have to pay a gas fee, but screw it. I can, you know, there's up to billions of dollars of liquidity, but on the 4 and 9 crossover on the weekly EMA, it is bearish, and hopefully we can get a bounce back. We bounced off the weekly 200 EMA, but the smaller EMAs have turned, and it's never wrong. Like you know, like this is what I'm talking about. Just some whipsaw. You sell at 10,000, you buy back at 7. You sell at 8,000, you buy back at 7. Actually, that's not whipsaw. You actually made profit every single time there. And you don't even need to look at the price. You could just use moving averages. So I know some top hedge funds, like, so the most used technical indicator is moving averages. And after moving averages break down or start turning bearish, when they start pointing down, because they're like a trend lagging indicator, they follow the price. So right now the price is going down and the moving averages are pointing down. So that is a downtrend as of right now. So just implementing some of these strategies can really make you profitable. And the thing is, when you ignore, so I ignored all these short signals, then you kind of, you know, you like face the losses, you know what I mean? But it's still normal for Bitcoin to be this, you know, aggressive in pulling back in a bull run. I've seen it last bull run, like 2017, Bitcoin banned, China banned ICOs. Like we have IDOs and IEOs now, but ICOs, Bitcoin banned it, or China banned it. We dropped 50% that day. I mean, close to 50%. And then we recovered 100% and broke all-time high after. So yeah, to me, like this would be a buying opportunity. I would never sell. I would never sell here. And I'm going to wrap the video up because we went over Bitcoin, the potential lows Bitcoin may see, Ethereum, the potential lows Ethereum may see, all the on-chain analysis, which is basically like, this was Elon Musk's tweet. It literally pushed us down in price, and Bitcoins are flowing into exchanges more than we've ever seen, and whales are panic selling. You can see crypto held by whales. They are panic selling. The price is coming down, and 1,000, these are holders from 1,000 Bitcoins plus, they're coming down as well. So whales are panic selling or just selling and taking profits. So they're early institutions in our opinion, because this is the average coin dormancy, and you can see that these coins were actually held very, you know, for very little time. They weren't long-term holders, and now long-term holders are swooping up and buying this. So I also shared this. This was from Willy Woo. This was from Woonomics, his floor model. It actually broke. And the last time his floor model broke was in 2014 bear market and 2018 bear market. And I just have to share this. I'm not trying to FUD, but this is just his model. The total amount of participants in loss right now are 70%. This was from yesterday. So the SOPR, the profit in the total market from all market participants, has definitely reset. And actually, a total of 70% of market participants are in negative. People who just joined 2021, 2020, or whatever it may be. So there's definitely a lot of panic selling that's happened. And you can see the entity growth. So the users on the blockchain is still actually growing. You can see this moving up. So a lot of people are coming, new users probably coming and buying the dip. You saw how we had the sharp decline here and back then here. So this is actually holding out, and this is actually shaping more like 2018, 2013, where we may have that second push into into the high of the top, into the high of the models that are like 100K, 200K, even the S2FX model, which we will pull up. I think it's this one. No, it's this one. So like we dipped down here, which in 2000 and was it 13 right here, we had our dip. You can see here. We dipped down. The RSI was very, very low as well. Then we consolidated for a few months, and then we broke up to higher highs. So that's kind of what's looking like what's happening right now, seeing a dip. Maybe we'll consolidate for a month or two, and then we'll break and deviate away from this model into the hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's kind of the best case scenario, because we went from worst case to now best case. So this is still following its model, and hopefully Bitcoin keeps holding. So that's pretty much it. Just wanted to make a quick video on not panic selling, and the potential bounce that's to come for Bitcoin and Ethereum. And if you are looking to exit, maybe waiting for tomorrow or the next few days and just walking away. Like, don't do anything crazy. Don't emotionally trade. Just walk away from the computer and call it a day. So that's pretty much it. Make sure to hit the subscribe, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll have an update tomorrow, and join the Discord if you are, worrying a bunch and just need some people to tell you not to sell. So that's pretty much it. Enjoy the rest of the beautiful day. See you guys.